Well, one of the key stories we're covering for you today is the State Capture Commission of Inquiry. Tumaole Mohlaoli is our reporter who's tracking that story. Tumaole, the evidence coming out of the commission, and I want us to start with this morning because it was quite important, the fact that the Deputy Chief Justice was addressing the issue of the intimidation of witnesses. We heard about how witness 3 had an attempt on his life. Over the weekend, we saw reports about witness 1 who survived this ambush of about 8 bullets. You know, it's a miracle that he managed to make it through. And the Deputy Chief Justice condemning the behavior, yes, but I didn't hear anything clear about how they're going to try and curb this kind of behavior.
Well, Cathy, that's the dilemma, because the Commission can only do so much. They use all the instruments at their disposal, including trying to protect the venue where the witnesses are giving testimony, allowing them to testify in camera through technological advancements like testifying through video link and protecting their identity. However, it kind of stops there. Apart from that, you heard Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo also making an appeal to law enforcement agencies to try and fast-track their investigations so that they can set an example to show that if this kind of behavior continues, should there be breaches whereby witnesses are outed somehow, then the long arm of the law will catch up with those who try to interfere with the Commission's important work.
The difficulty is the fact that you have witnesses that are facing very real threats on their lives. And if this matter is not seen as one of those that is taken up seriously by the Commission through its office with the relevant bodies, whether it's the Hawks or it's the South African Police Service, it of course jeopardizes then the ability of the Commission to have witnesses come before it and continue giving evidence in the way that they have.
Absolutely, because this is what the Commission relies on. It relies on people who have got, very, very credible and first-hand information to assist in the Commission trying to wrap up its investigation about just how far-reaching the state capture project went. And we see that Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo, it's quite ironic that this has happened just off the back of last week, where he made an appeal to witnesses and thanked those who've come forward to assist the Commission of Inquiry. But then just a few days later, we have this astounding report about the witness who was then, survived a hail of bullets. I mean, it just sends a message that those who are on the back foot, who do not want the Commission of Inquiry to continue with its investigations and to expose what is happening, they are starting to really take a more aggressive stance, and they are willing to stop the Commission's work at all costs.
And Tumaole, it's certainly going to take more than just an appeal to their conscience to stop with the kind of behavior that we're seeing.
It is certainly going to take more than an appeal, and this is where the law enforcement agencies are going to have to really come to the fore to show that they are heeding Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo's call, and to show that they are supporting the Commission of Inquiry, and they will bring those to book who try to interfere and who try to intimidate and even take out witnesses.
Brian Molefe not quite done answering yet, or it's the same individual, but of course this time on a completely new set of issues. He was appearing before the Commission in his capacity as the former Transnet CEO, and in fact this witness who had come under threat was a former Transnet employee, and he had implicated Brian Molefe previously in some of the evidence that he had given.
Absolutely. The witness had implicated Molefe in basically driving him to what is called the Gupta residence in northern Johannesburg, in the suburbs there. And basically saying that, Brian Molefe now comes before the Commission of Inquiry to answer to his time at Transnet and to the meetings with the Gupta family. And it was quite interesting to see how he has taken a stance to say that, yes, he did know the Gupta family, but he sees nothing wrong with what had happened. And he sees that this whole state capture narrative and the way it's being put forward is really something that he's not concerned about, that there was nothing untoward about knowing them and engaging with them, despite what we've heard before the Commission of Inquiry in the various streams, especially when it comes to Transnet, how the Guptas basically captured Transnet and looted it of hundreds of millions of rands. These are the allegations, and this is the testimony that many witnesses have come forward to, the issue of advance payments, whereby they were given hundreds of millions of rands without any work being done, which means the parastatal was left with a bank balance with nothing to show for it.
What else did Brian Molefe have to answer to in terms of Transnet today?
Well, in terms of Transnet, he had to answer to the fact that when he was appointed at Transnet, he says he did not want to leave Transnet. He says that when he was appointed to Eskom, rather, he felt that he was turning Transnet around. He was turning Transnet around, he was getting locomotives moving, and that the project to turn the locomotives around and to get the coal moving across the country was one of his projects that was dear to his heart. Now, when he was then seconded from Transnet to Eskom, he says that it is one of those decisions that ruined his life and he should not have left. He believes that that was one of the biggest mistakes that he could have done.
Tumaole Mohlaoli, let's leave it there for tonight. He's a Newzroom Afrika reporter, and he's watching then some of the developments at the Zondo Commission of Inquiry.